Stimwalt here. Remember to check the video description to find all the parts that I used in this video. This is for 2022 and greater GE microwaves. Your microwave has no power, but the outlet works, and you have a notice check error message. So if you're watching this video, I'm assuming you've already done the basic tests of the power outlet where the microwave gets plugged in. So I'm just showing you how to use a simple night light to prove the outlet works. That means that your circuit breaker did not get tripped, which means the fuse within the microwave needs to be replaced. Let's get our tools together. So you'll want a bright light, an electric screwdriver. I have this Torx set. It also has bits for other, Phillips and flathead. But you're going to need this T15 for at least 2 of the screws on the microwave, so you'll need this. You'll also need at least 2 fuses, and I will have the part in the description. So this is from another video that I did, but it's just showcasing how you protect your stovetop with some ample padding. So let's remove items from the cabinet, unplug the microwave, and then unscrew the bolts and washers. Just remember that when you're doing this, you want to make sure that you are unscrewing it slowly. Don't quickly unscrew it. You don't want to mess up the threading within the microwave itself. And then also, when you are removing it, it's good to make sure that that cord is not caught on anything, and try to have 2 people if you can. So obviously this isn't a GE microwave, but you're going to hold the microwave from below, lift from the back of the microwave, and then rest it down in a safe place that you've already determined before you started the process. So we're going to leave the microwave unplugged, we're going to remove a bunch of screws, and then we're going to access the area that holds the fuse. There are a lot of screws here that you're going to have to remove, so just make sure you store them someplace where you can find them. Remember, we're trying to access the area where the plug goes into the microwave on the top, so we're going to lift the right panel up. In order to do that, you have to remove screws from the top, from the right side, and from the back. There's also at least 2 Torx T15 screws that you'll have to remove, and it's that tool that I showed you earlier, the ratchet tool. You're going to need that. So just keep in mind, when you do lift up the panel, you want to make sure that you don't touch any of the components within. You're just touching the fuse and removing the fuse. And don't forget these 3 on the bottom. They can be tricky and prevent you from lifting the panel up. So now we're going to lift near the cord, and we're not going to touch any of the components within except the fuse. So very gently lift up the panel. All the screws should be removed. This should not be hard. If you're struggling, you've not removed a screw. Use that light so you can see inside. And when you see that white cylinder with a black line down the middle, that is the fuse. That is what we are replacing. So now we're going to carefully remove the old fuse. Don't touch any of the components, just the fuse itself. I used my fingers here. Ideally, I would have worn some rubber gloves or maybe used a rubber or plastic tool, but this works just fine. As you can see, the old fuse has a thinner black line. The new fuse has a thicker one, but it'll work. So carefully add the new fuse. Don't touch any components. And the reason for that is capacitors in microwaves can hold a charge. So you just want to make sure you're not touching anything else other than removing the old fuse and putting that new fuse in. Once you're done adding the fuse, we can just lower that lid and test it out, see if it works. So now we're going to test the new fuse by plugging in the microwave into a known working outlet and simply look at the display, see if it comes on. We can wait for like a prompt like press start or set the clock, just to make sure that it's working. As a final step, unplug your microwave. So now we're going to slide the panel back on and tighten the screws. So this is easier said than done. Basically, you have to slide it on to this bracket. It's kind of like a tongue and groove. Laptops, they have this where you basically have to slide it onto a bracket. And you're going to have to do it on the bottom right side, on the back, and also on the top, just to make sure that it slides in correctly. If you don't do it correctly, you see how this kind of juts out? That's what it will look like, and you don't want to do that. So just spend the time to make sure that this really fits on the microwave correctly. before you try adding any screws. When I first tried to put it back on, I did add some screws I thought would like hold it in place, but it actually makes it worse. It makes the job longer. So just try to slide it on so it's completely flush first, and then go ahead and add the screws. Guide the cord through the hole, lift the microwave on the back bracket. So this part's a little tricky. I do recommend you have 2 people for this, but put the cord through that hole and lift it up. Support the microwave with your arms and hand tighten the screw in to make sure that it's being held up. And definitely hand tighten first before you use any power tools, because you don't want to strip anything here. That's a very expensive mistake, and you can hand tighten it. Check the hinges below the microwave, verify that the fit is very solid, and you can tell pretty easily if it's inside those hinges. All right, so we're ready for the final test. Everything is back where it was, and yeah, we're just gonna test the microwave. You can test it however you like, but for the most part, the issue was just a blown fuse within the microwave, and we fixed it. It wasn't too difficult. And everything looks to be mounted correctly, so good job. You did it yourself, saved a bunch of money. If you want to see more, don't forget to like, subscribe, and enable notifications.